Making sure my phone is off.
Okay, Liz. Yeah.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz here at the Hoboken Library and also in virtual space. Thank you for coming. Thank you to the Hoboken Library for hosting these free and open to everyone classes. We are in the month of December. We have a brand new theme. I like to traditionally make this about light, color, and celebration. December tends to be a darker month here on the Eastern Seaboard in the United States. And I mean that visually and physically, our days are very short, very cold. Weather-wise, they tend to be gray. So I like to help us get into a more celebratory, brighter mood by looking at artists who use bright color or who celebrate nature and life and hope in their visual art. Before we begin, though, I want to take a bit of a somber moment to recognize a woman who actually was a very dear, close friend of mine who passed, who died this Monday, December 1st. She was a strong force in the arts community of Hoboken and Jersey City, and her name is Rosalind Rose. Rosalind Rose died at the age of 96, I believe peacefully in the night. She was one of the founding members of Hobart Cooperative Gallery, which was a long-lived gallery here in Hoboken that was the only artist-run cooperative gallery in the history of Hoboken. And she was instrumental in getting it up, established, and running. We lasted close to 15 years, and we had our own gallery space at the Monroe Center, 720 Monroe Center, for a long time. I think a little over 10 years. Her work is absolutely beautiful. At the ripe old age of 70, she mastered the art of Adobe Photoshop. She was a brilliant montage, collage artist, as well as photographer. And then she learned Adobe Photoshop. She took her own photographs, many of which were about Hoboken and of places in Hoboken. And she could blend up to 20 or more photographs into one single image. And they are breathtakingly beautiful. And I invite you to look for her work online and enjoy it. I think I'm going to make her an artist of focus probably in March during Women's History Month as a way to honor her further. She was a close personal friend. I will miss her terribly, and I just wanted to take a moment to put her name out there for people to enjoy and look at her work. Rosalind Rose. I'll put her name in the chat later during the lesson. Today, for our artist, we are going to look at Lois Dodd, also a woman of advanced age. She is 98 years old and, excuse me, still going strong. She was born in Montclair, New Jersey. In 1927, she was educated at the Cooper Union in New York City from 1945 to 1948, the year I was born. As always, we're going to start with a slideshow of her work. We're going to look at and discuss what she does, and then I have several art projects that you can choose from and do your own work. I like to show a professional artist's work as inspiration for things that you can do either at home or here at the library. Today, we're lucky enough to have a new person in our class, someone who I hope might make it a habit. And it is our friend Mao. And I invited Mao to come today because serendipitously, I found out just yesterday that he was a student of our artist Lois Dodd today. And he was thrilled to find out that she was the artist of focus. And maybe Mao can share some personal, up close and personal information about Lois in class today. No pressure, man. All right, here we go at the slideshow. Oh, and if I could have the sharing turned on, please. Thank you, Laura. So she's obviously an American painter born in Montclair. She's known for her contemplative depictions of landscapes, particularly through windows. She loves looking at landscape scenes through the windows of her homes. She has several, one in New York, New Jersey, and Maine. She loves nature. She's also a still life painter. And I think I have examples of both her landscapes and still lifes. And I am going to make landscape and still life both options for your personal work today. Here we go with Lois Dodd. So she is part of a group of other famous American artists, Fairfield Porter, Alex Katz, two of whom we've talked about in past classes, and Yvonne Jacquet. She pursued a matter of fact approach to observational painting in the 1950s and 60s. And this can be seen both in reaction to and within the context of the dominant movements of the time, abstract expressionism and pop art. But she has on her own developed a very idiosyncratic but very straightforward technique of recording her observations. She does it in one sitting only. She loves to do it out of doors, en plein air, and she likes to paint on wood, on masonite panels. And she says, quote, "I'm always aware that I'm trying to get the outline of any shadows or anything like that right away before it shifts, because I was attracted to the way it looked at the moment I arrived," she explained, "not the way it will look by the time I leave. If things are moving too much and shadows are shifting, I have to outline all that quickly in order to maintain the way it looked to me when I was first attracted to it," end quote. She started her own gallery and a cooperative space called Tanninger Gallery. Many of you might have heard of that or visited it in New York. It ran from 1952 to 1962. In 2012, she was the subject of a retrospective entitled Catching the Light, and that traveled from the Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art in Kansas City to the Portland Museum of Art in Maine. Very simple shapes in her work, although she's also drawn to textural effects, as you can see. Apologizing yet again for the digitized effects of her work in the slideshow. This is much blurrier than her actual work.
They'll ever make it possible for us to see.
Well, you can, if you go to her work online, you will see a much closer representation of her work. It's still going to be, distorted digitally, but it's a little bit closer to the real thing. The best way, of course, is to go to a museum that's showing her work and seeing it up close and personal. So, excuse me, her work's owned by the Portland Museum, the Colby College Museum in Waterville, New York, the Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art in Kansas City. She lives and works between New York and Lincolnville, Maine. She's been in over 51 exhibitions, and she's the subject of a monograph published by Lund Humphreys, which is a publishing house. She's an elected member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters and the National Academy. In 1992, she retired from teaching at Brooklyn College, which is where Mao went to school, correct? What kind of a teacher was she, Mao?
She was kind of like you know, easygoing.
Okay. She wasn't tough.
No, she wasn't tough. I mean, I didn't want to take any course tough. It was an easy course.
Was it watercolors?
3 more credits to graduate. I said, let me take
Oh, okay. Were you an art major at that time?
No, I was an accounting major.
Okay. I love that you took art.
Yeah, I figured. Well, it wasn't my major, but I kept up with it.
I should state right up front, Mao's a fantastic photographer. Really does beautiful work. I hope you brought samples of your stuff to share with us. Okay, cool.
But, yeah, it's not about me, by anybody else.
Aw. Okay, so this is fairly typical of Lois Dodd's work. Again, she loved dark and light. Shadows, I don't know why I'm talking in past tense. She loves shadows. Dark and light quality in her work is a big player. Color is key. She is drawn to the brightness of light, which is what I want all of us to get involved with in these darker winter months. I like the verticality of this piece. I'm assuming she worked in acrylic. I don't have information about that. Her subjects include New England, outbuildings, lush summer gardens, dried leafless plants, nocturnal moonlit skies, and views through interior windows. And I have examples of those interior window views, which personally I find her most interesting works of art. The shadows in this piece, though, are very cool. Like a wolf. Yeah, you can see lots of different things. I almost see a skyline in the bottom right-hand corner.
That's where I see the animal.
That's where you see the animal. All right, here we go. She used watercolor quite a bit. Interesting things with perspective in her work. Definitely a dark winter day, but she emphasizes the lightness, the brightness of the snow. Her pictures for me, for the most part, feel very happy. Great shadowy contrast. Guys, you can, as always, if you have commentary, feel free. The New York Times critic Roberta Smith wrote in March 2013, and I quote, Ms. Dodd loves the observed world, the vagaries of nature, and the specificities of old Maine houses, the way they cleave to the ground or fill a picture frame or shine lights on or off in the moonlight. She always searches out the underlying geometry, but also the underlying life. Oh, and I like this part, and the sheer strangeness of it all. They do have a very strange, eerie quality to them too.
Just a Wikipedia.
This, I forget where I got this one from. Different. This is, I spliced together a lot of different. Yeah, I don't think this is Wikipedia. So this is one of my favorites. I'm assuming this is through her window in New York. Looks like somewhere in Chelsea or Soho.
That's blurred and not sure.
Could be Soho, like West Broadway, something like that. I love the composition in this piece. The bright blue and yellow of the tree. Very nice. It's kind of hopperesque. Remember Edward Hopper? We have talked about him in the past. I like the way her things blur and blend together. There's not a lot of definition to her shapes. I find that interesting. Also, they are separate, but not all that defined for me. Morning, Daniel. So this is a watercolor. I'm going to start going through these more rapidly. Again, shout out any comments, thoughts.
What is this? If she's using acrylic or what? Or just
I don't know. I think this may be a watercolor.
hard to get white from water.
It is very difficult. She could have masked out the spaces that are white. I don't know if she used acrylic or oils. Do you know? Yeah. I don't have information about that.
Looks kind of impressionistic.
I did look. Yes, it's very impressionistic. It could be gouache.
Yeah.
Did she ever do demonstrations in class, ma'am? Never.
Okay.
Yeah, so she left you to your own devices. That's interesting.
I mean, painting really doesn't have any human elements, basically more nature. The one that is also landscapes and nature.
Yes,
No people.
never people. Or
It seem like it.
or it's rare. This is a dam. It's hard to tell, but there is a dam with, I'm not sure if those are, I think there's some kind of posts. So they're not trees, there's some kind of man-made sticks. Great shadows again. Love the shadows. Oh, there's one piece in here that has a person. I think it may be the next. I'm remembering. Yes. I think this is a self-portrait, but I can't swear on it. I don't have that information. What?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't think she painted herself that pretty. I think she was known to not, get into showing herself. as,
Okay.
flat or pretty.
I mean, she was very simple, so.
That's very,
I don't remember her.
I don't think she painted herself like that.
Well, it's somebody painting. I love the shadow of the brush. That long diagonal shadow across the white canvas. How can that be? The sunlight is bright. Look at the shadows on her legs. So this must, I'm guessing this is like high noon. All right. This one I find intriguing because the shapes of the sunflowers are so strange. So this one really speaks to what that critic said, the sheer strangeness of it all. And the shed, I guess that's a shed, the black shed on the left-hand side is kind of bizarre also, but it's counterbalanced by the black tree in the upper right, and then the dark shadows cast by the sunflowers, which are also strange. You would think those shadows would extend all the way to the right-hand side of the picture, but they don't. It's an interesting picture. I showed this to someone yesterday and they said it felt like a Salvador Dali painting because it was drippy.
No, it isn't. It looks a little bit too organized to be that Dali.
Oh, okay. I think we might disagree on this one, Daniel. I think Dali would be more organized because he was so defined and so super realistic in his work. And this to me is very diffuse and blurry. But if you mean by organized,
I think more surreal, more the composition more chaotic. That's what I meant.
okay, I get it now. I like the colors in this one. It reminds me of the romantic painters whom we've looked at in the past. Simple, all about the shadows again. I like how she makes the shadows colored and not black. Again, she's all about color in her work. A little bit of Hockney, yes. Yes, although Hockney, for me, is, speaking of definition, Hockney's shapes are more defined. And he uses thicker, heavier paint in his work. Hockney was one of the people I thought about doing for our theme this month, but we've done Hockney quite a bit lately. You're right, Heather.
Not all.
Some of them. She loves clotheslines. And I think, I mean, she probably sees them a lot at her home in Maine in particular. But the clotheslines give her an opportunity to use color and explore shadows in a way that is easier. You know, it's a greater opportunity to explore color in unique and unusual ways.
A lot of places don't let you have outdoor clothes on.
Right.
Pretty mobile.
Hoboken, for one, yes, it's against the law.
Because they need those for the cave.
Yes. Also, when I first moved here, people were against it for aesthetic reasons. Right. So you can't do it physically anymore. The sneakers on the cable lines, yeah. But this one, I think this painting is pretty glorious. That white against that deep dark green.
And a green clothesline.
Yeah, and you,
Just odd, but it's so good.
yeah, you can't escape what this is, right?
Can't make it up.
This is clothesline. End of discussion. This is full in your face clothesline. But the shape of that house is so awesome. I love it. This is also a throwback to Wyeth and Hopper and all of those kind of traditional rural landscape. It's almost kind of like a thumb in the nose, you know, kind of thumb your nose at traditional landscape painters too. It's a very feminine female take on landscape painting. Right. It's a limited palette. Cool, but bright. You're right, Heather. Her palette is limited, but it's always very bright. Which is why I think she might have used oils.
Yeah.
You know, getting this kind of brightness with acrylic is hard. It's difficult.
You learn how to make it a good green.
I guess when you're painting outdoors, most of the time sunny.
Well, that's why, yeah. I think that's why she chose to paint out of doors, so that she could achieve this brightness.
The only thing she really painted is the light.
Right. She was drawn to the light and shadows. Remember, she said, I've got to get it down fast because I don't want what it's going to look like in the future. I want the immediate effects of the light and dark.
You know, and the subject matter is really nothing exciting. Just windows, rooftops. Yeah.
Agreed, Maui. Yeah, very ordinary subject matter, but very dramatic results. Yep. Oh, this one is, I think. And Alex Katz, you know, he had women in swimsuits. He did the same thing. Remember when we looked at Alex Katz's works, those of you who've been with me a while? He often used red and green. That was Alex Katz's. He's still alive, right? I can't remember. Anyway, red and green are one of his favorite combos. And then that lavender piece of whatever in the background is kind of genius. I don't know if that's part of the building behind, but
That's such a hot combo.
I'm sorry, Jan.
That combo is so hot. Perfect there.
Agreed. And I'm not sure what that dark rectangle in the lower left is. An article of laundry that fell off the clothesline. I'm not sure what that is. I love the mystery of it.
Shadows.
You think it's the shadow of the red
The
fabric.
shadow, the fabric is white.
Yeah, of course. Duh. You have no idea how many times I've looked at this picture wondering, what is that?
On it, feels so much
The
more.
red background shadow.
This is one of the joys of
Yeah,
teaching.
yeah. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, we were meant to talk yesterday, Mel, for sure. And look at how she treats the leaves of the plant in the bottom right-hand corner. Just those little touches of light highlight make that plant come so alive. It looks so real, doesn't it? And that definition against all the other plants that are so abstract is pretty breathtaking.
Are you sure it's a watercolor?
I can't tell with this one. I don't think this is watercolor because look at the brush strokes. It's got to be something more opaque and
It's
and
oil.
thick.
Yeah, it's oil like or acrylic.
It's
not
oil or
watercolor.
acrylic, this one. Yeah. And then look how defined the window is compared to everything else too. So what makes the artist make those decisions? That to me is the beauty of art. What was the artist thinking? We'll have to call her up. Do you have her number, Mel? Oh, too bad.
The female.
But absolutely the red against the green. Remember our complementary colors, folks. So powerful. Well, that's Christmas is red and green for sure. And those of you who come for my afternoon class, we're going to review complementary colors because that's what Henri Matisse, our afternoon artist, that was his bread and butter. All right, so I think I left one of the best for last. Any final comments, thoughts? I wouldn't call her one of the greats, but I think her art is pretty wonderful. Lois, Lois, Dodd, Dodd. And while I think of it, I'm going to stop the share and put her name and Rosalind Rose's name in the chat for everyone. So our artist for today is Lois Dodd. And the artist I was talking about at the beginning of our class, Rosalind Rose, who was a phenomenal digital artist and a pillar of the Hoboken and Jersey City art scene, who passed on Monday. I'll leave it up just a second longer for any folks who are here in house who might want to write her name down. Roslyn, Roslyn, Rose, Rose. Co-founder of Hobart Cooperative Gallery, Hoboken's only cooperatively totally run by artists gallery. We still have a website. It gets a lot of hits, but no longer have a gallery. Our landlord doubled the rent, and that was the end of us. For now. For now. We still have members. We still communicate with each other. And most of us are still practicing artists who show our work where we can. All right, projects for today. And before that, though, I want to talk briefly about paintbrushes. I have purchased some brand new paintbrushes. Just some reminders about how to treat paintbrushes, because we have been misusing paintbrushes. They are delicate creatures. Maybe think of them as living human beings, if you wouldn't mind. When you wash them, and clean them. One way to test to make sure they are clean is to just gently rub them on the back of your hand. If the water on your hand is clean, then the brush is clean. If the water that comes off on the back of your hand is dirty, then the brush is still not clean. So a brush can retain paint all the way down to the metal ferrule part of the brush. That's where the brush is attached to the handle. So try and make sure you clean all the way to the handle. Also, the brush has a shape. When it is still wet after you have cleaned it, try and gently reshape the tip. If it is a pointed tip, try and twist the bristles of the brush back into that tip. If it's a square shape, try and gently smooth it back into the square. Don't leave it all separated, okay? If when you're washing it, all the bristles of the brush get all separated and pushed out of place, just gently move them back into place. That will make the brush last longer, okay? Any questions about brushes? Also, one last thing that just occurred to me. When you use a brush, it's not a scrub brush. So even if you're being experimental, don't scrub with it. Think of it more like you're stroking the back of a cat. Use the brush in one direction only. Otherwise, the hairs will fall out. Yes, Eileen. When you're doing very thick impasto, you can be a little more aggressive with the brush, but pushing it, it's not something you push like a scrub brush. I think that's enough said about brushes. Clean the handle too. I mean, if you leave it encrusted with paint, that makes it impossible for the next person to use. So get as much of the paint off the handle as you can. I got these brushes on sale at Dick Blick. They're not high-end quality brushes. Brushes can be very expensive, but still, we can make them last. By the way, Dick Blick is having fabulous sales until Christmas. Take advantage. There are many. The largest Dick Blick is here in Paramus, New Jersey, but you have to drive to get there. The two closest Dick Blicks are on 23rd. One is 23rd and 7th Avenue, and the other is 21st or 21st and 6th Avenue. And that's pretty big. The 21st and 6th Avenue has pretty much everything the one in Paramus has, maybe a little bit less, especially in the clay department. Yeah, you can take the path to both of those. There's a Dick Blick downtown also, like in the, not Lower East Side, but close, like Soho, the Soho area, there's another Dick Blick. Unfortunately, it's one of the few art stores left. There's Sam Flax is still around. That's about it. There's New York Ceramic, which is a store I love. Don't ask me where it is, but I love it. I can't remember the address. All right, projects for today. I thought I had still life pictures in the slideshow, but of Lois Dodd's still lifes, but I did not. But I can put one of those up for our picture for you to copy today. You can go landscape direction. You can copy one of Lois Dodd's landscapes. You can look for a landscape in your photo collection if you like, and do a landscape. I have also brought in images of plants and flowers for you to copy and create your own flower or plant inspired still life. And I have brought in a multitude of media today. So you can go towards painting, drawing in all different color media, collage. So there's scissors, brand new glue sticks, different types of wet glue, etc. Any questions? Let me repeat. Landscape, plant or flower-based still life, and you can do painting with watercolor or acrylic, dry work with colored pencil or oil pastel, and collage. There's colored paper, there's magazines for collage, and all different wet and dry adhesive. And I'll put up pictures of Lois Dodd's work for you to copy. And there are these for you to copy as well. No questions? Good. Those of you who start your work this morning and are able to come to the afternoon class, you will not have to clean up at cleanup time. You can just leave it where you are and just come back and continue working this afternoon. If you are coming back this afternoon, one thing that you can do, and you can do this at home as well, take some blank paper and start painting it different colors. That you can let dry for this afternoon's class. It will help you out a lot when we're looking at and talking about Henri Matisse.
Quick question, Liz. Is Laura there today?
Laura Nattel is here today, yes.
Okay. I'm going to text her in the chat. Thanks.
She said, gotcha. All right, any other thoughts, comments, ideas, questions? I see people searching their phones. That means their creative gears are already turning. And I am going to share, I don't have the technical know-how to share two pictures at once. I'm going to share a still life image first, and then halfway through class, I'll switch to a landscape image. Oh yeah, put them at the back for me,
Thank you.
Jen, that'd be great. If anybody knows how to show two pictures at once, come help me. Oh, I also love the idea of the view through a window. So what you could do is set up a grid of a window and do your image through that, kind of like this picture. I meant to talk about that first. Sorry, I'm even more out of it this morning than usual.
Yeah, there's one window reflections, yellow house, 2003.
Show me.
That's just what I chose.
And go color. Also, you don't have to use realistic color with this one. No, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it just went off. Yeah, I'm gonna try this.
I want to share this one. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm having technical brain freeze. So folks, look at this image for a second. Even those of you who are at the back getting supplies. If you like, you can start by making a grid for a window frame and then have an image through the window. It's a nice compositional trick. Everybody at the back, can you see? Just as an inspirational starting point, you can start. Daniel, can you see the screen? You can start with a window grid to help you with composition.
She has the
Right,
sheet
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah, I like, that would be great
Yeah, that's
to
what I'm gonna do.
copy.
I'm
Not a
gonna,
lot of color in that,
no,
but you
I'm
can
gonna
change the
collage
color.
together.
You can change the color. Those of you who are here, I lost one of my earrings. Keep looking at the floor. You see it? Yeah, I'll come show you. It's worth fabulous amounts of money. So look, no, just kidding. I wish. No, the artist who made it is at 720 Monroe, Beth Ann Tocoli of Eat Metal. She's fantastic. I lost it from this. My favorite. So now.
Yeah.
So everybody freeze and listen for a minute.
I have something.
So Matt does have some work that he did in Lois Dott's lab. If you stop by and you're nice to him, he might show you. Thanks, Matt.
No,
It's very kind of you. The brand new brushes, anyone can take a pair of scissors and open the packets of brand new brushes. I would appreciate it if someone did that for us. So don't be shy with the new brushes. Open up the new packages,
All right, Liz, I'll show you.
please. Yeah, I want to see now.
Since you were talking about lights and shadows.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, so you did life drawing with her?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought we were talking about light and shadows.
Very. Is she the one who turned you out to doing art, or you were?
Beginning, it's not that was the beginning.
Okay, let's let it go. Wow. Well done.
Oh, thank you, thanks. But it wasn't like this. I'll show you. I'll show you.
So she was a traditional teacher. She made you do
It was like a drawing class.
Okay.
I had a drawing.
Super. And you were only like 10.
Yeah, right. So in the beginning, that's
What she had.
when we first started doing it. Basically, catching those.
Hard, but perspective of artists.
Yeah.
I love college. It's great.
Oh, good. I love that. Then I started being
See, I see that blend.
I
in-
want
I see that blend with Lois Dodd, like.
this company is kind of a sales ship, a mass of it.
Yeah.
You see that? Huh?
Yeah.
So,
it's like Turner. Here's a new slash that I just learned. Henri Matisse was inspired by Turner. What? The English guard makes no sense to me. People can't think J.W. Turner. Who knows, right? Who knows? The shadow knows, right? Thank you for sharing.
yeah, I'll see you later. Beautiful.
I didn't know you.
My favorite. We are all my neighbors.
Or-
Backyard.
Definitely.
His wife is Jeff.
No Maya. That Maya was gonna come. Yeah. She said it for once. She's busy, I'm sure. Judy Maya said she was gonna come to it. Maya said she was gonna come to it. I'm not sure, because she was from easy without the activities.
I love that.
Oh, okay. I think she'll come in the afternoons.
Oh. Absolutely.
I'm taking this off very carefully. Folks at home, you're good. And remember, if you're taking the afternoon class and you feel like it, take some blank pieces of paper and paint them. Solid colors and let them dry. Put them aside and let them dry for this afternoon's class. They'll be very useful. Preferably with acrylic, because you want very bright color.
He's afraid I was using the first paint. No.
Staff meeting today and big brain freeze. I mean, right for your fun, whatever the fundraise is for. Yeah. See how fancy it is? No, it doesn't really look. Who's she? The artist who made it. Her name is Beth Ann. She's the following at Pink Meadows, which is 720 Supermarket. Just really meeting a wedding, our wedding. I love her. She's a sculptor. She's a metal sculptor. Who makes her really happy that he'll fix me. Also, so, or send it out to see. I'm gonna send you her contact. So you can stop looking for my earring, everyone. I just found it.
Oh, good. Where was it? In the middle? Oh, I saw it in your sweater. I don't think we ever found that. So hold that thought. It's brought today. It's already cold. Yeah, it's gonna be, I mind it's actually very cold. Nice, now we're in winter. Well, we had such a hot fall. The red shape is a spring. Yes, exactly, that's where it's from. I'm assuming it's.
Backyard with them.
Okay, so
That's what I see.
love you, Ben.
They were white.
That scratch. I found the picture of her island. So I tried, I couldn't get it, I couldn't find. I was so happy.
I mean, child princess are great. I love how overly courageous you are.
Yes, you know what, please, I always feel like Bradley's birthday, it's love the boat.
I understand, but Sunday used to be in my. To go back and try to get like I said, I love your heart. Love that nothing holds you back. But I don't want you to be the. I guess is what.
You know what, I really want to see supposed to really squeeze something. Figure out.
Dig in. Oh, Eileen, I forgot to send you. Sorry about that. I'll do it now. Oh, you found an article about Methodist. Perfect. I'll let you teach the afternoon. I can stay awake. Thank you so much. Oh, and also, our artist ministry. Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. And this is ScarJo. I know next week. I know. Next week is ScarJo. Yeah. All people 30.
You know what I love, first of all, first, that one that looks like jeans or the bandana. What's the other? Corn.
I mean, I hesitate to do her because she's been overdone.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody
I just
loves
like to look at her, that's all, I'm not trying to copy
Don't do too much more. This one is close to being.
Yeah, yeah. Check the pad or you can. Yeah, check the pad. No, no, 14. The only thing is you have to walk 6 there across the water.
So much art as well.
Yeah.
Did you get that, meeting today?
Gosh, sorry. I'm a lot of space. I just tell it from my phone.
I know.
Description needs to be so sweet.
Now, especially.
Like Sarah, I'm really about.
I mean, on the spot spots.
You is not.
Yeah.
Right, okay, try and make some of your
But you
own.
want it inside. Oh, nice.
I never had a salon. All that stuff.
You get a chicken from there. How much you bought? How much match you got? Yeah. That's some chicken.
Oh, I think you-
Honestly.
Oh, I know. No. Because I have to.
Yeah.
So that's where we just watch.
That's crazy. I would think actually how life somehow I kind of wonder about it. Somehow I kind of wonder about it. What would actually hold us up? I have a heart attack.
Let's go to this tiny.
I don't think she's the one.
Sure.
So I got to make sure I look longer. I get that small words of logic. Oh, down. Oh. Thank you. At the end of this year, a lot of people we. I mean, yeah, right now still part-time. Oh, no, I would. Yes. I would. Yeah, I would stop. Years late. She's supposed to wait too. Oh, yeah. Better than nothing. All right.
Guys, if you are coming this afternoon to do Matisse, this is what I'm recommending. Just simple, paint your paper, different color. But you have to do it now to let it dry. Otherwise it's not gonna. I'm assuming no one's coming this afternoon.
I wish I could come.
It's okay. No need to yell for anybody. It's not.
Oh, no, it's not you. I wish I could. It's okay.
I had suggestions. So. It's gorgeous. Something to put it all together. Not only start with not sleeping day. And you know, you can always rub it away. That's the beautiful thing about soft stuff. I like it. Rub it away. But some unifying thing. That's all you need. And I think it's I like moving large shapes. Harder to put the tiny details to. And you too, we're starting to learn that doing that. Makes you like the whole idea.
So much easier, but what I really do have a hard time with is like, yeah, like I should have went out first.
Who cares? No one else will see this photograph.
Yeah.
So it's your interpretation of the photograph. That's what makes it art. Beautiful image.
Yeah. Always have the painting. I don't know.
That can't be true. No, plans is taken.
Never.
Are you coming this afternoon?
Yes.
Maybe you're gonna think it's.
Okay, but you wanted me to drop something. I don't know how. How is that?
It's not composed.
Well,
You just need the two right things.
Yeah, you can finally show me.
Come and I'll show you. Diane, it's fine. Grab me early and first.
Yeah.
That's my job.
I hope that-
One of the fellows from their home school in there's so much stuff that really and I'm there only
But they're,
I'm
they
there
don't do
only
that.
I'm there only the daughter. It's almost.
She's like a local.
She's more. She's so very clever.
I'm noticing that the watercolor kits are getting messed up, so maybe if you're using watercolor paint today, you could take an extra minute to wipe it clean. At the end with the damn paper towel, that would be greatly appreciated. This is the paper I use, the different paint. You're welcome.
Yeah. It was, I believe,
Did I see you back? Well, I would have done, thanks.
She's tough.
Right. You're gonna be nervous.
yeah, Robert, like that.
What's
You know, yeah, Robert, that's
So what?
Oh, see, it's really hard with the ones that are not off.
I said, it has been moved. Okay, nice. Hold on.
I don't want you to overlook. It's more possessive. It's done for the,
My sister, son, or a member of implication church. I think it's faith against, all the together.
I leave it up to you, the artist. You might want to let it dry, have something, and later do some light, yeah, to brighten it up.
Because it's not a.
I love it. If this really bothers you, I don't think you should paint over that.
I mean, the thing
Yeah.
is, you just follow.
How are we doing at home? We have about 10 minutes till cleanup. Good, Robin. Today went fast, no? I mean, I recommend if you can, come back and continue working.
What time are you here until?
1 to 3. I mean, if I only get morning people back, well, I have to do the lecture, right, Laura? Because people online are gonna want to hear it.
I really am upset that I'm not getting to read it.
I'll come give you a hug.
Well, then you can watch it on
You can watch it on YouTube.
I know, I wanna be here. We'll have to do a cut out of you.
Well, it's certainly not the first time I've done Matisse, Jen. I'll do them again.
I'm sorry, listen.
Certainly not the first time I've done Matisse. I'm sure I'll do them again. One of the greatest artists who ever lived. So
Just for my art karma, I've already bought,
they're there for you to use.
but I borrowed it.
Oh,
Without, no,
you took it?
took it.
You removed it from the
I
art?
removed it, and I was looking at my pens and I said, that's not mine.
Thank you for returning, because you know they're precious.
Beautiful.
Those are precious items.
I have no money. Oh,
I'm just gonna go.
That's it.
Unfortunately.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, the last. Exactly. That's it.
And I hope she was.
I don't believe. But we're not prepared. We're preparing for the.
BuzzFeed have been because we just be out, but they never mentioned that they didn't. Well, it's funny.
But I believe she.
I hope
She
so.
really.
I hope so. We didn't see a lot of the election.
I don't know.
No, I know, but just to let you know. Nobody knows.
I don't know. She did.
Nobody.
I know people in the Marine.
My girls are right. And I don't think that was just because they were going against, they weren't about fully.
Actually, no, I know people voted for father. Wholeheartedly voted for him. And Marine. And they supported him.
Yeah. We got that,
One of the things I like about her. They encourage you to try. Go to city council.
I don't know when.
Well, that's.
I'm really tough. I'm very thankful.
And I know that.
I know I don't have any ill for it at all. I just don't know. No, I know.
Me. You're working. We're gonna go. And hopefully next year. Dad.
And this is wild, I love that. I see the dragon trap that I didn't see there. And I couldn't see it. It does look like a dragon.
It does, it's very strange.
Very.
Just like that architect said, work has a strangeness. All right, see you next week.
Yes. Well done.
I feel like it's cleanup time, folks. Let me check the time. I hate how fast the time goes in this class. Yeah, it's time to clean up and or share.
Once again, do I have to leave at 12:30 or? No. I could stay here and finish it?
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Well, I just heard a different message from what I've usually heard, but I think you have to leave. No, I just heard no.
It's okay. I'll go push the street in.
Okay, you don't have to leave. Okay, good. You're not coming back, so you have to leave.
Yeah.
I'll probably leave for 10 minutes. So there you go.
Especially like you said, that we don't have to out. Not, you don't have to go stretch away.
I know. I mean, you're gonna make it a little bit bigger.
How many people want to share?
No, it's still open.
I feel like people don't want to share.
I'll get them next week. I'm gonna finish it this time at home. Really? Yes.
I've heard this before, this Eileen.
What?
I've heard this
No,
before.
I never always says.
I have a lot of witnesses.
Every one of my would have said it.
All right, so we won't share today,
That's
but
right.
we do have to start cleaning up.
Okay, give me a second and I'll finish this.
And please try to keep in mind what I said about the brushes and the watercolor boxes. Let's maintain our equipment. Clean equipment makes for a happy art class. Keep it something. If you're coming back this afternoon, you do not have to clean up. I would recommend that you put your brushes in water so that they don't get stiff. There's half an hour, they keep that hard.
These are all milk. These are things from Disney.
More pages.
Hello?
Isn't that crazy?
I so love it. You know what that is? It's important to you.
I mean, it's like
I invite you to come back.
44 pages.
Where'd you go?
It's very similar.
It's our parts. Our parts just over creating the steps. Climb up like 4 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
First and then, yeah.
That was the best.
Oh, sharing was please clean up. If you're coming back though, you don't have to clean up. Oh, Robin already left. I love this chair. Thank you so much for thinking of me. In fact, you can put my name on the back. You can director Liz and Dor.
Yeah, I know, you should get you a director's chair, that'd be great.
No, I'm teasing.
Oh, the magazines are working out too?
Yeah, I grabbed it. We can really use them this afternoon too. We're doing collage, so.
Stairs that are like designer, people magazine kind of.
My problem is I'm running out of space in my home to store them, but
Well, volunteer.
thank you. I really appreciate it.
There.
Some people voted not to share.
I got it. Sorry. I'm just saying there. I finished.
I like it very much.
It's not perfect. Not perfect, but I try to make it. Well, I think we want to try. Yeah.
My suggestion. Go ahead, I would work a little more on this.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't kind of picture.
Because this is so solid. Let's see, where you go?
Yeah, that was more kind of like a desperate.
Well, whatever. I mean, that's, I'm beautiful. I'm trying to speak better because I don't. That's this. Much more. This.
Like I said, definitely would like this kind of.
That's the real best.
No, no, I know you because I experience. I felt. Okay.
No, you never feel that.
Well, that hopefully that's right because usually when I go here, a challenge I finish a piece on that in the middle of
On
time.
time, yeah. I wish we didn't have to stop at home. That would be my preferred. If we could just go all day. I wish. But they have nothing going on. Usually in the afternoon. Write a letter to the transfer. Every Wednesday. Come on. Multi-center.
Whatever. You must always have ways. You know, we are cool.
I like this idea. You guys are gonna be partying, they'll stay there. All right, you and Spike have to keep pushing. We'll do that. Thank you. Do you ever volunteer? You've been love it. You have to do two stays. Yeah. I have my days are all.
There you go. There you go.
All right, bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Lovely work today, everyone. I'm proud of you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little early to say goodbye. We could, because Robin and Susan left. You want me to? All right, I will stop the share. Thank you to all who attended our first class of December 2025. It was wonderful celebrating color and light and the joy of the encroaching winter season with all of you. I'm going to say goodbye for now. I look forward to seeing some of you this afternoon. We are going to look at the work of Henri Matisse. And if you can't make this afternoon, I hope you join us next week. And for now, art on, and I will see you at the next Art with Liz, sponsored by the Hoboken Public Library.